know who like Swagger Souls is?
Who's that?
He's this guy on YouTube that doesn't show his face, and he has like a mask with like chainmail or whatnot.
Really?
Yeah,
It's like a sexy Arabian chick or something.
like a crusader, you know?
Oh, like a chain. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's called the Misfits podcast, dude. It's pretty. I'm like, all right, I want to do something like that.
Yeah.
know?
Okay. Well, do they talk about European fight styles and stuff?
Yeah, but mainly video games.
Oh, okay.
Know?
Have you seen that European Fight League?
No, but that just seems like a good way to get fucked up.
It is,
you know?
dude. It definitely is, man.
Maybe there's money in it 10 years from now, but like, you don't want to be like those, like Kevin Randleman or Ronnie Coleman, you know?
Yeah. You don't want to turn into the tap out guys for that era where you like lose all your teeth and fight for free.
Yeah, dude.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's not you shouldn't fight, but goddamn, like those guys really, really just wanted to hurt people, and then they did it for money and on like fight cards. And I'm like, that sounds like a great thrill and shit, but it's crazy. Can you imagine all the fights that happen after that?
Yeah,
it's like I saw you got knocked that guy out, blah, 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 and then just somebody just trashes you, makes it, it's just.
It was a really interesting time, man. I got in on the first Tough season, so I didn't get to fully explore that Dog underground MMA era.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But that's fascinating.
Did you see? So there's been like these commentaries on MMA media lately. Have you seen them? So there's this gigantic split. The Joe Rogan thing. Did you hear about that? So, I think it was Bloody Elbow, the old school website. Like they were like, Joe Rogan is like the worst employee. He shows up last. Gets there for only a couple hours, makes the most money, leaves early, doesn't have to show up on time. And they were like, he's like the worst employee. And then like you go back into his history and you remember that he did that shit for free for like 4 years.
Also with his podcast, he like made it more popular over the last 6 years.
He's a fucking asset.
Yeah.
You know? It's crazy. That thing was kind of strange, but you were saying.
Was it like a joke?
I don't think so. I think they were being 100% serious. They were being 100% serious, dude. And then the only one. Obviously there's gonna be people that complain, but what's one person you think that would bitch the most? What's one person who has a kind of a legitimate reason to not like Joe Rogan?
Man,
one person who like. Who in real life would probably still be like, I don't want to talk to you.
Really?
Think about it. One person.
Wow. You think it would be Goldberg? Not Goldberg. Goldman? Who was that guy who was his co-host for like the longest time?
Goldberg. Yeah, you had it right. Yeah. No, it was Chris Cyborg.
Okay.
And she made 2 comments, and it was. It was. Go ahead.
Oh no.
She said that because DC was like, he's the man. He's part of the UFC. He was the past of the UFC. He's the current UFC. He'll be the future UFC. It's an honor, kind of shit like that.
Yeah. Something
around that in those words. And then he says right after that, Chris Cyborg replies to him and says, I feel like there's a good 4chan meme where it shows like somebody holding a mic for some reason very intently, and then it shows like an asshole shitting, and then it has like a picture of a Twitter bird right next to it, and it's like, why are we listening to this kind of thing? But this is one of those times where I'm like, damn, I can see why people like this shit. But Joe Rogan is such a big guy and like such a powerful force.
Yeah.
But Chris Cyborg probably has the best one, and it's like. I don't remember him respecting me when he said I had to cut my dick off to make weight. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Yeah.
He has said some like, I guess you consider like, oh, it's like egregious, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
But fuck it, dude. If he talks, there's like 2,000 podcasts, right?
Yeah.
All like at like 3 hours a piece. That's like 6,000 hours of him talking. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he might make a joke. I don't know. I feel like Joe Rogan, anything he says is a joke.
Yeah,
or like not like a joke, like bad, like haha.
Yeah,
he's a comedian.
He's a complex individual. We have to take him as that. He can be 2 things that simultaneously. He can be not have the best takes on some shit. Yeah. Although hilarious.
Do you remember when he said to Brendan Schaub that if he was locked in a sauna, he would have to fuck his way out or something like that? Do you remember that? Do I remember that? That was fuck. He said he was at a gym or something like that. Yeah, or something. Someone hit on him, and he goes, "Oh, he's gonna lock you in the sauna, and the only way to get out is to fuck him," or something like that. Dude, I forget, but the way he says it's like a million times better.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah.
Oh no, I always remember how, because this is the thing. It's like Joe Rogan's been the homie on camera. How many guys can say that and like do that for his friend, and then he'll drop a joke like that, and then right after that, second part of that comment, she said his commentating on UFC 240 was garbage.
Yeah.
And I think it was because Amanda Nunes knocked her out. But
yeah,
I don't know. I can't remember. Dude, I feel like I can't remember why she was mad about that one.
She's probably mad because she's a large woman, you know? Uh-huh. She's very masculine.
Yeah.
Not masculine, but has a lot of muscles, you know?
Yeah. And she still wants to be treated like a lady, but she's also like a respect like a champion, and that's hard. Yeah. That's just gonna be hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard what John Jones did.
Yeah, he didn't he like
popped his. He gave his like wife a 1-2. He pulled the old Mayweather on her.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. And he's blaming it on alcohol and CTE. This is a DC winning the war. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
oh man,
like DC winning the war. John Jones won the battle, but DC won the war.
I don't know. I think it's gonna go on forever. But if I don't know. I wouldn't bring families into this, but I'd be like, at least my family's happy, you know?
Yeah. Some shit like, well, he you know, DC kind of said something that was, this is why I know he's a better person than I am, because I didn't even think about this. But he's like, what makes me sad is that the feelings that turn that anger on might be darker than we even know. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then he said right after, he's like, and it's sad because I kind of was hoping that he would stop all this because his daughters are older now.
Yeah.
His kids are older now. And this, you know, that kind of shit. And I was like, dang, like the man, he has won me over. He's like the 90s dad for sure. Like just a good dude. He's Carl.
Yeah.
He's Carl from Family Matters, dude. Swear to God. That was my favorite character. You remember Carl?
I thought you were gonna say Carlton. I was like, oh, okay.
No. Carl is the father, Urkel's uncle, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, Urkel lives with him.
Yeah.
And Carl is the cop. He's just you know, just trying to make it through the day. Yeah. You know?
Was it Winslow or something like that?
His real name?
No, I was thinking
Carl Winslow.
Yeah.
I think you're right. You know, Urkel sells weed now.
Oh, that's good. Everyone's getting in the weed game.
Bro.
Tyson has weed. Urkel has weed. I think Dan Aykroyd either has vodka or weed.
Definitely has weed. Or no, definitely has alcohol. Never. I think I drank it a couple times when I was a boozer, but I never bought anything too expensive. So, I think DC, and then there are a bunch of people that also had Joe Rogan's back on that too. So it's kind of crazy, and I think they are also only making it a big deal because he had an ad that talked about tyranny. Did you see that one at all? It was pretty cool. Something about like there's only like a couple of more steps, and it's taken from his podcast where he's talking about something amazing, and he's saying like it's not about this, it's not about that. It's about the government forcing you to do something where you have to show your part, you show allegiance through something. And it was like this whole like crazy thing, but it has like crazy animation. It got a bunch of impressions or whatever.
Do you I remember like 10 years ago, this is like during the like episode 50, 60 or 70 or something like that. And he was like, this is the Wild West of the internet. It's gonna go away, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of has, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
You can't find, you know, those Syrian videos or whatnot. They're all gone, you know?
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, scrubbing the internet.
Yeah, they barely edit papers now. Like if they have to, like if they say something absolutely blatantly incorrect, they barely edit it, or they'll like show that it was edited, but the new edited version gets like a quarter, maybe even if that, of whatever shares that the first one did.
Yeah.
And there's that.
Yeah, journalists are fucking lazy.
Right now, dude, bro, it's kind of hard, man.
Well, how do you compete when you can get the information from the source? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Now how do you become a journalist? How do you become that in between?
There was a period of time where I got all my news information from podcasts, which probably ain't the best, you know?
Secondhand with like a lot of charisma on it.
But like that
was gonna be a sunny day, but there's a trouble on the California coast where I live. Yeah, something like it makes you kind of
listen. I know all about the Comedy Store. Never seen it, never been to it.
Hey, same here.
But I know that the Belly Room is, whatever.
Right? Yeah, I know it's the room. I also know that Brian Callen goes to Utah a shit ton.
Yeah.
I saw his stand up, his one that he put out not that long ago. Not bad. Guy reminds me of Dane Cook. He's like a different school of comedian.
Yeah, he had a podcast called 10-Minute Podcast.
Was it good?
It was fucking hilarious with him, Will Sasso, and Chris D'Elia.
No way. Dude, they got rid of that?
Well, yeah, this was like 10 years ago or whatnot.
Oh, man.
And then, they all
Will
got
Sasso's the best.
Oh, dude, he is. They got mad at Chris D'Elia, and they replaced him with a bike horn,
They got mad at him, so this is before the...
This was like 2012.
Okay, before the everything, okay.
Yeah, so this is, it was just hilarious, though. And then, I don't know, man. Like that podcast, I don't know why it wasn't more popular. Because I probably listened to every episode twice. You know?
Really?
Even after Chris D'Elia and Brian Callen left. You know?
Let me ask you a question. When you listen to an old podcast,
I'm a butt licker. I'm an angry butt licker.
God, that's.
Dude, it is
one of our listeners is probably just like, oh my God, that episode.
Yeah, that is a goddamn good episode.
I don't really re-listen to podcasts. That's strange. I mean, not to say that I wouldn't, but
sometimes you can get burnt out on them.
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right, I'm good.
That was me after. So as soon as Joe Rogan.
I've listened to 3,000 hours of Joe Rogan. I'm going to take a little break.
Yeah. That was me too. I was like, okay, I need to relax. I need to start thinking for myself. No, I'm kidding.
I feel like I know this guy. He doesn't even know I exist.
Yeah, that's a weird one though. That is a weird one. Because that's what was it? They said Joe Rogan died one time, and then I thought about it. This was maybe a couple years after I quit drinking, and I was really kind of balls deep in listening to the JRE experience, and I just remember actually feeling sad, thinking at the idea that if Joe Rogan passed away suddenly for something crazy, I would have been like, man, he was a beacon of entertainment that also helped you get your shit together mentally, and it made you feel like, oh shit, he's not that different. And I really felt bad. I got kind of emotional.
I would cry, dude.
I was like, what? And
you'd be like those people who are really into singers and start crying.
We just turned into, we're just screaming when he goes by.
I swear to God, dude. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Sign my fucking gorilla weight. Let's sign it here. His kettlebells,
primate bells, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fucking.
He's the bravest guy too. He always has guys that they don't always have to agree with him, but he has interesting. He'll let them talk, dude.
Yeah. I don't know why he gets so much flack. I just think, people listen to him to the point where you can listen to somebody too much.
Mm-hmm.
There was a toxic Reddit called Joe Rogan 2, and all they did was complain about Joe Rogan.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it called?
It was called Joe Rogan 2. It doesn't exist anymore. But these people really went all toxic,
Wow.
It was
just wow, really? Was it? Hold on.
Like an end of a breakup.
What time was it?
Oh, dude.
What era? Do you remember? The first 500?
This is 2015, 2016.
Okay, I think I remember this.
I don't know.
I do know that there is one podcast right now. I don't know the name, nor do I care to know, because it just seems that's all they do is they poke holes in these YouTube podcasts, and it's first, these guys are entertainers. Two, Like these guys really go really out of their way to like check the person's character in these jokes, and I'm like, well, what are you doing, man?
That's too much.
Yeah.
And then you don't know how. Okay, so like I could give an example. So today, someone, we're installing pipe or whatnot, but you have to be on call in case like something breaks in the city.
He delivers pipe.
Yeah, I lay pipe for a living.
He lays pipe for a living.
Yeah. So in case a water pipe breaks, you could get on call or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And the guy was like, "Hey, you got my wife's number, Uh-huh. And the boss was like, "Yeah, doesn't everybody, And it's like a little joke,
Yeah.
And everyone's laughing, like, but like that's just a joke.
Yeah, like
I don't think he meant anything malicious by it.
Like that's why you almost have to like carry it off like a joke, like laugh before, say the joke, laugh after. Hey man, I'm just joking. But I know what you're saying. Like the guy I'm certain has worked there for a while.
Yeah. I mean, he's married to like one of the other guys' sister. Like he's been there a while.
Okay.
And he goes, hey, you got my wife's number? He goes, yeah, doesn't everybody?
Boom! Oh my god! All the boys.
Yeah, dude, just cackling.
Somebody opens a beer.
Yeah. That's
a good one though.
Yeah. It was pretty funny,
dude.
Man.
When you can't that's what's strange about humor is that it's just like a little feather in the air and it'll come and go. But if somebody just catches it the right way and just says it, fucking tickles everybody, dude. Dude, I saw the funniest thing. It was Drake the type of guy to burst into the room as the tickle monster.
Yeah.
But Drake the type of guy to put his hands on your eyes from behind and say, "Guess who?" I love the type of memes like those guys. Have you heard the Tony Ferguson ones?
What was it? Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to play with swords on the playground or something like that. I forget.
There's a Tony Ferguson. No, it's like Tony Ferguson. What was it? It's like sits in front of the AC with his eyes open to condition his eyes, condition his vision, or condition his heart or something like that. It's fucking ridiculous. Or Tony Ferguson. Shit, I don't know, dude. I don't want to ruin them. You should Google them. They're hilarious.
Yeah. That's funny, man. Because then you're connecting, like, oh, okay, I could kind of see him doing that,
Yeah. It's just kind of the attitude is funny. It's because Drake just dropped his new album or whatever, and it's cool. I actually haven't really listened to much. I'm listening to the same like fucking 30, 40 songs I've been listening to all year.
Yeah.
I think most people do. But it's cool. I don't hang out with any young people as of late, so I'm not hearing anything about it. It's just cool with me, actually. I really like that peacefulness. There's something that you can't pay for the kind of peace that a day job on your day off, and you knock out your little errands, and then you just get to chill.
Yeah.
That you can't pay enough for that. There's nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice, man.
Yeah. I like doing this podcast too. This shit's fun. I hope people who listen actually like it. If they could like the thing, so we know you're paying attention, and we're not just scrolling in the background. Or subscribe. I mean, that helps too. Hopefully, we can do some more
fuck it. If you really listen to this, put the last dirty thing you watched in the comment section.
There we go.
I want to know.
The last thing I watched that was dirty.
Yeah,
had a baby in it.
Wait, what?
Had a baby. He fell into some mud.
I thought you were gonna say about a birthing video.
Dude, I was trying to introduce my coworkers to anti jokes, and they don't get it. And one was like, "You want to hear a dirty joke?" And it's like, "What? A baby fell into some dirt, or no, baby fell into some mud." You want to hear a clean joke? The baby took a bath. Have you heard the last one? This last one? Ask me, or no. Want to hear a dirty joke?
Yeah.
The bathwater is Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
It's just supposed to be fucked up, like these dumb jokes. Leave him alone.
Leave Brittany
alone. Oh man, and what else, dude?
Yeah, I've been watching like video essays of like shows I never watched. You know
what they make those? So it's just like an appreciative one, or like what do they do with these essays generally?
They like break it down. They're like, as we see here, this is the interpretation of Archie from the 1950s. The town was called Everglade or something like, or Everglade or something
Riverdale.
like that.
No,
Riverdale.
Riverdale's the school. Is it Riverdale?
Yeah, that's the show that I was watching.
Okay.
The video essay breakdown.
Oh, okay.
And like he breaks down like, oh, when Veronica's dad is having an affair with blah blah blah, and he goes like, and then the writers in season 2 completely changed. You know,
it's a criticism, or is it a observation or?
Yeah, I guess observation has some pros, has some cons on there, you know, and he broke it down of like, they set it up for dramatic moments, you know.
Yeah.
And then comes in the farm, you know, and then it's just, I don't know, I kind of like that stuff. I never watched that show, you know.
But is it calming, or is it kind of what do you do when you're watching it? Are you like sipping on something? You eating something?
I'm avoiding work, you know.
Are you kind of like pretending to do dishes and walk back and forth from your desk?
No,
that's what I do. That's what I'll pretend to do something.
I'll do one dish an hour, dude. I fucking hate dishes. I want a dishwasher so goddamn bad,
dude. Me too, man. I had to wash dishes today. I'm 6'2". I'm not shy to get in the water, so it sucks. And actually, I'm not shy about sauces usually too. We just went to this restaurant and I splashed myself with a rib. Was like a Mexican style ribs.
Yeah.
And they were in like a gravy, and I splashed my shit like 5 times. I look like an idiot.
Yeah. I was eating Taco Bell in my car, and I got some on my shirt. So I took my shirt off so I wouldn't get any on my shirt, you know? And then I drive back over here, and my neighbor's waving at me. And I'm waving at him, but I have my shirt off, you know? And it's like 3:30 or like 4 p.m., you know?
He's like, what the fuck is going on?
Listen, we
eating Taco Bell.
We say hi to each other, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we don't even speak the same language. So.
No, it's one of those. Those are cool though. Yeah. Those are sweet. It's kind of like, hey, look, dude, bonding time, dude, from away from each other.
He's seen me like ride my bike in the middle of the night and come back in with no shirt on, you know?
Yeah.
So this ain't the first time, but
what do you think a lot of people think when they live in a neighborhood where, like, not that far, there's like crime? Because like in my neighborhood, bro, it doesn't seem like there's much crime, but there definitely is crime up the street from my area.
Oh yeah.
Do you think they think that like everybody's in on it, or do you think that they like?
I think he's just worried about whatever he got's going on.
Okay.
He doesn't give a shit about me. Also, like, we live with a lot of like, you know, like a lot
big
of
families,
like you said, like a lot of crime, you know,
in
this area.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure his neighbor coming off of work without his shirt on in the middle of the night, you know?
It doesn't raise any flags?
I mean, it's probably very low on his radar.
Okay, know? Yeah. He's kind of like, that guy's probably not a threat.
Listen, he's not going to break in my house.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he has something else wrong with him. Something like that. You know, because like I don't judge my neighbors that hard, because you got to love your neighbor as you love yourself or whatever. But I definitely sit there and I'm like, don't be getting close on my yard. Don't get too close to my. Don't walk on the dirt. You know, walk on the sidewalk. That's for you. You know.
That's why I have cactuses in my front yard.
That's a good move.
Oh,
man.
Dude, whoever thought of that was halfway decent.
Yeah.
I don't want to give the guy before me too much credit. He
didn't do shit for this asbestos.
He didn't do a goddamn thing. And then he did all this ghetto bullshit.
And then you said you couldn't even do your pipes because there's asbestos he planted on there or something.
Yeah, who does that after 1990? God,
dude. Is that for real? We were joking before, but is that for real? After 1990, he like wraps it in asbestos. He's like,
he had to, because he bought it in 2010. You know?
Oh no, yeah. Why would he have done that?
Because he's a fucking idiot. So I got to get it air tested, and then I'm like, okay, well, let me get it air tested in the house. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it. And then, like, you know, I'm asbestos. I'm so irritated about asbestos, man. Because it gets in your lungs, gets you sick, yo. Do you remember, I think it was like a big lawsuit last year about the talcum powder giving women ovarian cancer?
No. What?
Yeah. So Johnson & Johnson had this, I guess you call it pussy powder, that you put on your crotchal area, you know, or maybe it's just baby powder. It's like talcum powder, but it was contaminated with asbestos, so the asbestos would travel up and get in the ovaries or in the vagina.
That's how fucking.
And then they would get pussy cancer, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
And then it's been going on forever. Yeah, dude. So
wow, dude, I just heard about the heavy metals in the baby food. Did you hear about that?
No, but I believe it.
Yeah.
Was it like mercury or something like that? Was it fish based?
I don't know. I think they said something that it has like 0.00 something, a measurable amount that has been ignored.
Yeah, but like babies can like get it, you know, and it'll stay in their brain, and they're so small, it'll just accumulate, you know.
Think about the rise of autism.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. I was like, wow. I mean, I know we just got the autism spectrum, I don't know how long ago, and especially for like mainstream like knowledge of it, but goddamn, like when they explain stuff and they say something along the lines of like they're face blind or something like that, it's such a tough concept to grasp, and then you
man,
like
yeah, dude, there's a lot of autistic kids, and that's the video finishing edited.
Oh, really?
Makes that sound.
Oh, I was like, oh shit, nice.
And then there's a lot of like environmental diseases or environmental factors that affect children and affect them when they're older, you know,
really?
Like development issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I 100% believe it, man. I wonder, the next thing, you know, I think is going to be like plastics and stuff like that.
The BPA thing is kind of surprising that it's not a bigger deal. Like,
also, like, well, America allows it, but Europe doesn't, you know?
Yeah. And
Europe's like, you know, I don't know. They're like controlled by just as many groups as we are.
Yeah.
But somehow they're able to, like, I don't know, fight through this stuff. But
yeah, and then it's crazy because the FDA approves like 90% of that stuff, but it's also like
the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, has 60 days to decide whether something's bad or good, and if they don't get to it, then it just it's a wait and see approach. That's a real thing.
That kind of seems reasonable. I mean, what can you do? Is there ways to measure shit? It's like negativity in the future.
I'm pretty sure that you can figure out what's going on, you know?
Yeah, like with a short timeline.
Like, yeah, dude, just fucking mice don't live that long, you know?
Yeah.
Dose them bitches and then see what the result is, you know?
Yeah, well, if they can find a grain of sand in a pool at Olympics, three Olympic-sized pools of a steroid in John Jones's piss, I'm pretty sure they could probably find like a molecule of asbestos inside of an ovary that belongs to like a mouse or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, they would probably do that on a pig.
You could probably find asbestos. I don't know. You don't know what? You really don't know what's true and what's not true. You know?
Man.
Unless you do it, you know.
Yeah, there's just so much information out there, bro. It's kind of I repaired a lot of cuts with Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking that might have been a bad thing, like now later in life. But I'm like also like, you know what? Fuck it. If I did it, I probably had to do it. I didn't really have a better choice or better alternative. Otherwise,
what are you gonna do? Go into debt for like minor health care, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it was just a lot of like scabs and stuff, and I was thinking if you find out later that super glue is absolutely awful for you, it's gonna be me and then like a bunch of ladies with their fingernails like rotting off or whatever.
One guy who like super glued his cheeks together in college, you know?
Yeah,
just real quiet, like, oh, you got the disease too?
Yeah. No, I got asteria, you know?
Yeah.
They're just ripped butticus.
Yeah.
No, just you can't. You can't even lie about it. That'd suck, dude. You got the disease. That's a lady's disease.
Yeah. Hey, man. You gotta stay fresh down there.
Yeah. I had to talcum my ball sack.
Dude, I put foot powder on my balls, the blue gold bond.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I've never really done that unless I had to. When I was a kid, I feel like I sweat a lot more.
Yeah, dude, my dick would get sweaty, dude, especially in the army, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Just being outside all day doing dumb shit. So you would use, blue gold bond.
Yeah.
And you would just,
Kids are gross, man. I barely showered when I was a kid. Did you guys shower a lot in the army?
We kind of had to. Unless we were in the field and we didn't have no showers, you know?
So dudes would start to smell like dudes, huh?
I mean,
pretty fast.
You stop noticing it after a while.
That's cool.
Until someone outside of the group comes and then they just have this face. Scrunched nose.
Just ass and balls.
Because you smell like you ever have like someone without a home walk on to a bus and you smell them immediately. Mm-hmm. You get that smell, Yeah.
Well, they say Europeans have that smell, or like they just don't shower as much as us, or something like that.
Dude, they're fucking animals. They just want an excuse. No.
Well, that's the thing. I was just kind of like, can you imagine if you just kind of lowered yourself a little bit, knowing everybody kind of stinks?
Oh, dude, Europe in the Middle Ages would be gross as hell, dude.
Oh God,
because no one showered. If they did, it was like once a year.
Yeah,
and then just imagine like feminine hygiene too,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wouldn't eat pussy. That makes sense. I would not be eating pussy in those ages. Definitely not.
Pussy.
Like, no. Well, okay. Maybe if I had was starving and I'm like, damn. I'm hungry and I'm also sex deprived and I'm also traumatized from dodging fucking fights or something. Then I'd be like, all right, I can roll my eyes in the back of my head and forget about what this is and just
this is the queen.
This is the queen.
Yeah.
Back then, I don't know if women had sex for pleasure back then.
Oh shit!
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
a good point.
I'm not saying that they didn't, but I'm saying that back then it was.
I don't know.
Everybody's just traumatized back then, bro.
Everybody was a controlling monster.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe some people had some good days. You never know what's true or what's not true.
It's true because you just get used to it.
Because what was it? No one wrote shit down. What they wrote about. I don't know. Like the people that wrote stuff down were like introverts.
Yeah.
But they were like rich introverts.
Yeah.
And then the other people would write stuff down, but it would be like, and in this battle, the king slew the infidel.
Yeah.
God's mighty.
The infidel could be like baby lamb. And then the god is, fucking some regular guy.
Have you ever heard of Herodotus?
For some reason,
he was like a Greek historian, and they called him they said, I think a lot of people go like, yeah, he was like the world's first historian, but he would exaggerate a lot. To make stuff look cooler,
Yeah.
So if he was the first guy to do that, allegedly, I'm pretty sure people exaggerated a lot too.
You get a call on your phone from the Herodotus estate.
Yeah.
We heard you say allegedly.
Yeah.
That hasn't been historically accurate and no kidding. They just give
you some dude, it's probably not even Herodotus.
No, I think you're right. I think you're probably right though.
How about this? The first person in the Mediterranean who wrote stuff down that I remember.
That you can remember today after a long ass day.
Listen, I can't remember Sanskrit. The rules of gold from the richest man in Babylon. I don't know that fucking book.
Yeah. All I know is that an eye for an eye made it so people started following laws when they realized my eye is your worth. Is the worth of your eye, no matter who you are.
Dude, I don't know how you would settle disputes without
groups of men with guns and knives.
Yeah, clubs.
Clubs. Yeah. Well, just that's what it was for I don't know how long, man. You had one fucking pair of pants, one shirt, and then whoever you killed, you'd all of a sudden have an accessory.
And then everything is the size of a county today,
Yeah, that would be the world to you.
Yeah, you would just be like, oh, one day that minor lord, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna live in his castle or something like that. It is not even a castle; it's like a wooden fort.
And then you're probably killed or sent off to war pretty fast,
or died of disease.
Died of disease, yeah.
Dude, like I had appendicitis when I was 26. You know,
what was that like?
Horrible. Actually, not too bad.
What was the early onset?
I just didn't eat, and I'm a big eater, you know. So I was like, oh, something's wrong with me. I didn't feel no pain.
But you didn't feel hunger?
No, but I thought I had like poop locked up in me. So I took like this fucking turkey baster or something like that. Fucking, you know where this is going, right?
Keep going, man. It's for the cast.
Fucking just, you know. I was like, well, let me insert it in here, and I just go, what the fuck?
Blasted it with water.
Tried to, and then I was like, what am I doing? Let me go to a professional.
Yeah.
I did that after I already stuck it in my ass, you know? I feel like I should have had that thought beforehand. My mom got it for me. I'm not sure if it was a turkey baster. No, it was a feminine hygiene product.
Oh.
It was a douche.
It was a douche. There we go.
Yeah, okay. I remember now.
No,
my mom got it for me.
That's nice. I think that's really considered your
That's
mom.
Love.
Yeah, that's love right there, bro. Sorry, I can't make eye contact when people are talking about their buttholes.
Oh, dude, it's okay.
No worries. I think that was probably smart though, because like, what if it was just like something simple and that actually worked, and then it would have been like, cool, I'm good, and I don't have to go to the hospital. But you said nothing. Like it felt like just pressure, but not.
No, dude.
Pressure.
Yeah, I was like, am I blocked? Like I wasn't hungry, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was forcing myself to eat.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's wrong with me? And then it went on for like 5 days. I was going to play rugby the next day.
You're crazy.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, let me go to the hospital. I go to the hospital. I almost leave after like the introduction. I go, oh, I'm being a pussy. You know, and the guy's like, no. Stay. Like he yells at me to stay. So I'm like, all right, dude.
Okay.
So I stay. And then like a doctor said I didn't have appendicitis. And then another, and I was going to leave. And another doctor's like, oh, he has appendicitis. Did you give him an MRI? You know?
Oh, no shit.
And then she like bitches out the other doctor who's just going to send me home. You know? And then immediately I get a fucking wheelchair up there. You know?
Really?
Dude, I do not know who this lady was, but she must have been like the head doctor because she made the other doctor look like a bitch. And it turned out I did have appendicitis, you know?
No fucking way.
Yeah. And I had surgery like within like the next hour, you know?
Dude,
like they called
that was
in.
Not the way your day planned. You planned out your day at all.
Listen, I could have died. 1, because I'm an idiot. 2, because I didn't want to look like a pussy, and 3, because the doctor was an idiot. You know,
that's the human thing right there, huh? Like,
yeah.
Wow.
But anyways,
that doctor, dude. Wow.
Yeah, I never even thanked her or nothing because I didn't see her after that.
I'll marry you, and she like leaves.
Yeah,
and then she like.
Dude, I fell in love with my.
She's berating another doctor. That guy is clearly a. And then
dude, she knew her shit. She was fucking on it.
She was probably hot.
Yeah, no, she was like.
For some reason, I'm thinking of her as being like attractive, tall, possibly red haired.
Yeah, she was red haired.
Okay, all right.
She did have a lot of freckles.
Okay.
I kind of remember. I remember bits and pieces of it,
yeah.
But to be honest with you, I was kind of. It was like I wasn't really focused on it. You know, I didn't even realize that it happened. That guy made an error until I was like in the fucking MRI machine and I had appendix. And then
it went that fast, huh? It took a second to register every part. You were just kind of like,
okay, I'm in this big machine. All right, I'm laying down. This guy, he's like, there's a bunch of people moving really fast,
and then you hear a, don't move that much.
Oh, do you have pain here? And I go, no, not really. And then guy, what about here? And I go, I don't, because I wasn't really in pain. Mm-hmm. And then like he just pushed real hard, on my belly button, and I was like, oh, that's it.
Oh, good God,
that's the ticket.
What was it? What was it? What did it feel like?
Dude, it felt like a stabbing motion.
No way.
Yeah, it was on my belly button though,
Sharp
not where
pain?
my appendix was. Yeah, but he pushed hard.
Oh,
shit. And I was like, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
There's a muscle called the psoas or whatever, and one time when I hurt my back,
where's it located?
It's like so it's like 4 fingers down from your rib cage.
Okay.
A straight line to your right, just above your belly button, and then you move about the equal distance from the top to the underside of your belly button.
Yeah.
And then it's slightly, you like use that as a marker to trace up your hip? Your hip, and then you should feel it, and it should feel like you're gonna take a shit. so it's like you go down, like it's like 4 fingers down from your rib cage.
Okay.
And you go across. And it's gonna be on the top of your belly button. My belly button would be right here, but because I used to be fat, it sags. So it's so you use your finger and like you kind of anchor your middle finger, and you kind of just move the exact same distance.
Fat, dude.
It's up.
Ain't no soft fat over here.
So it's like so your belly button. So your belly button. Right. It's like your belly button.
You Pillbush doughboy, mate.
Oh man, Daniel the type. I don't know what I was gonna call myself. I was gonna say, oh yeah, Drickus Rushton, the type of guy to be a tickle monster. No, it was like,
dude, I felt like I was showing you warm biscuits, and you were just a glove off screen. Pillsbury Doughboy, there you go,
bro. That was my nickname in elementary.
Yeah,
I got made fun of like that. I was like, God damn it, she's good.
Yeah.
And then the one time I got her back was when I called her out for farting in class.
Yeah.
Girls hate when you do that, dude.
Women hate they don't think they fart, but they do.
They definitely fart, bro. I definitely like my wife was not used to me being like, oh, come on, why would you do that right here? Like, she was not used to that. She lived around a bunch of girls, and they all go to the bathroom and stuff. But then she because I can crack them off, she thinks she can crack them off. So then it's a little different because mine do smell and stuff, but it's not so bad. But they have proven that women's farts smell worse. I can't remember where. Google that. I'm gonna take a piss.
Dude, I wonder if that came about because you look at a young lady, you don't associate her with those bodily functions. Yeah, it's like a beautiful city, If you look at a beautiful city, you don't think about like the sewer system or like the where all the trash goes. Like in Dubai, like where do they bring all the trash? Who built this? Like you don't think about like where do they transport all their unwanted stuff? It's kind of interesting, All right, so Dracus is on a break. So this is brought to you by today's sponsors, Iced Tea, Arizona Iced Tea, 99 cents since 1994, same price. Inflation ain't hitting it. It's what you want. Arizona Iced Tea. Big can. Nice surprise.
Boom.
Yeah, dude.
You're saying something. Dude, what was it?
About women farting?
Oh, yeah.
We're having and how that relates to the current modern day slavery in Dubai.
All right.
Let
me try this. Hold on.
All right.
From the perspective of...
Oh, I thought you were going to like fart in the mic or something.
Oh, no. I'm just kidding. I can't do it. I can't equate. So those are hard to like...
What do you mean?
The Dubai slave trade.
Well, no, it's like you see a woman, she's so beautiful, delicate, you don't think of the waste products,
Yeah, it's true.
Whereas Dubai, it's a beautiful city, but you don't think the blood that city was built on.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of blood, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Still going on. And
we're still beasts. We really are just still beasts. We can't really like encapsulate that many deaths and blood.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's hard to be like, want to put your mouth on something so bad and then knowing that it can make you super sick if you were to keep putting your mouth on at some point.
Sounds like a dick.
Sounds like a dick. Shit dick. Okay.
Hey, we pee out of those. That's gross.
That is gross.
No,
that's there used to be a meme. It's but I poop out of there. Girl, I don't care.
Yeah.
No. So Annie's macaroni and cheese. Am I the only one that thought it was 99 cents across the country?
What was it?
It's like an organic mac and cheese.
Yeah. How much is it here?
I thought it was I know it's $1.19 in California.
Ugh.
But I thought it was 99 cents everywhere else.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm starting to remember that I might be wrong about that.
Dude, it's massive inflation, dude. It's like $1.39 for something that used to be 99 cents.
That's crazy. They're saying it's 5% inflation. It's gonna be like 14.
Dude, it's higher because the Fed is only they're the ones who calculate the inflation, and they want to keep it as low as possible. So they're lying with statistics by omitting certain things.
Start buying goods. Start buying solid goods.
So that's why I'm trying to get everything done in my house back when, like, you know, they still think the dollar's strong. You know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. If the dollar loses value and stuff, we'll just have to start manipulate. Well, I would start foreign exchange and start just like.
Nah, dude, I'm still investing in the stock market because eventually stock market's gonna go up. You know?
It'll definitely come back.
So it's gonna go up. So is my dollar gonna go up with inflation, and then I have a house, so my payment's gonna be the same, and hopefully in 10 years I'll be earning more. You know?
Yeah. I was just thinking if they end up like firing me or I get fired and then so does my lady and stuff. I'm like, I'm cool with just working at Wendy's up the street, man.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with that. I mean, we might be poor, but at least you get to eat at work, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know what you're saying. Like,
dude, if my house was paid off, that'd be a great comfort, you know?
Uh-huh. My mom has like a couple more years before she pays off her house. And, she got it when we were like 5, so it's crazy to think that she's making monthly payments for almost 30 years. That's 30 times 12.
360 times, I assume, like 600 or something like that.
Yeah, it's nuts. I don't know how much the house is worth now, the property or anything, but it's like.
Dude, you bought it 30 years ago. You probably paid not as much.
Yeah,
that's gonna be another thing in 30 years when the dollar's like $100 menu, you know, like $1.
Yeah,
because inflation goes up so rapidly and exponentially, you know.
Really?
Yeah, because they just print fucking money,
dude.
And it's not backed by anything.
I literally saw a video where the Fed guy says, "We'll never go into default. We'll always print more money." My head hurt. And then the camera, it's on like Fox, and it shows another dude, and the other dude's like, did he really say that, like, on live TV? It's nuts.
Oh,
it's nuts.
Dude, listen, I mean, how much have they printed out? 6 trillion or something like that? 4 trillion, 6 trillion?
I think it's 6, yeah.
So $6 trillion.
And that's borrowed, so
they could have given everybody in America $20,000.
Likely, yeah,
or 2,000. I don't know.
I mean, it would
2,000 would be 600 billion, and then 20,000 would be 6 trillion.
Okay, yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think
because there's 300 million Americans, I assume.
Yeah, yeah. Ones that would qualify for the money if we were to actually like buckle down and do it
would probably be like 200 million. Because I don't think. Would probably be less than that because they probably aren't going to give kids as much money.
That's true. You could take off 1% for that.
Yeah.
So then,
hey, we're already the Fed. We're manipulating the statistics.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, you could give everybody $20,000 rather than just give it all to the billionaires. You know?
Yeah, I think if you do that though, doesn't it?
Give it to the poor instead of the rich.
Doesn't it fuck up the value of the dollar because it's
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It's the same thing as it is now, but you just would have given it to the poorest or every American rather than
the poorest.
Yeah, no, rather than the rich millionaires.
I get that. No,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and then
dude, the more you think about it, the more you're just like, oh, okay, we have corporate welfare, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and you know,
and then they control all voices mostly, and then most corporations will hire through the history of your voice through those technologies like Facebook and Instagram.
It's the game.
You
gotta play it.
I hate that. Pick yourselves up by your bootstraps, and it's like you're. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Oh, dude, there was a fucking Monopoly game that they played. I think it was at Stanford or some California university, and they started everybody. They started the players, and they gave one player like twice as much money as the other players starting. And then after playing the game, they asked why they were the winner in Monopoly, and most people attributed it to their knowing how to play the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like
they literally, the other people just understood it, but they just didn't know how to play like this guy did.
Yeah, who had twice as much money at the start. So like what happened was it was like how like people who have head starts don't see themselves as having head starts, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how that can affect your outlook. Yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah, they say trauma lasts like 3 generations.
Yeah.
Like if it's in your family, but then I think like everybody has trauma handed, so you just kind of getting a different mix.
Yeah, but if trauma. So if I had $1 million, right, in 20 years, if I turned that $1 million into $3 million, there's a high likelihood that I would be like, oh yeah, it's because I work harder than everyone else. When really I started with $1 million.
Yeah,
it's easier to turn $1 million into $2 million than it is turning $0 into $1 million.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they say as soon as you can get to $1 million, you can get to 100. Like if you can get to the first $1 million, you can get to the 100. But I know what you're saying. Like, I really think it's like a monkey see, monkey do thing. You have to like see somebody in your neighborhood, be able to fucking just take off or start something, and then they just go. Because like that's the only thing that enables me to have so much hope into 90% of stuff. It's because I've seen people do it. I've never seen anybody get famous or rich, but I've seen somebody do well just doing their thing. You know, it's. I know what you're saying though, where somebody will just get handed something and it's not nowhere near as fair. Nowhere near. I don't know. But they, upward mobility is kind of one of the things that the communists always push. They always say like you can't get out of where you are, but in America you can. Oh yeah.
Well, the older I get, the more I agree with communism.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
You know, it's that's a hard part because hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like the heroin addict, for better or worse, just wants to get high, and then eventually the high tells him what to do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of not that I see communism that way. It's not right for our species.
Hold on. I don't mean communism as in to take everyone's property. You know, how about this? The more I grow older, the more I agree with Canada's socialized programs.
Okay, yeah.
How about that?
That makes sense. Yeah. As long as they don't subsidize the food and stuff like they're doing now.
Oh, they do in America.
No, I mean not. Sorry. What did they do? I think they raised taxes on meat.
Yeah.
And now meat is almost it's like $7 Canadian for like a half pound of ground beef or some shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, but I think they don't have GMOs up there, so it wasn't going to be cheaper.
They
did something right.
They blocked the American dairy.
They do?
So Canada's milk prices are way more expensive.
I haven't heard that. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, like Canada wanted open trade with America, but there's like a Canadian nationalism that's like very liberal. It's like, you know how we have right-wing nationalism here?
Yeah.
They have left-wing nationalism in Canada. So they're like, economic prosperity is not worth our soul, you know? And I think it was like 84 or 86, the prime ministers had a debate, and the guy who wanted free trade had to make concessions in order to get the bill passed, and one of them was like protecting their dairy industry.
That makes sense, where you protect the dairy industry. You know, it's probably one of their strongest industries, right? They have the best cheese in Quebec, I bet.
Nah, dude, they just overcharge for it.
Yeah,
that's what it fucking is, man. All this artisanal bullshit. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here.
You don't like
I've seen how the sausage
brie, my guy.
Dude, I've seen how the sausage is made, motherfucker. Hey, I'm not impressed.
I'm absolutely the same way about any cooking show. Absolutely, the same exact way.
Really?
Yep. I see it the same way. I'm like, you're just putting chicken, and you know how to make it taste good. Why the fuck are you charging me this much money for it?
All this is fucking thyme, olive oil, garlic, shallots.
Yeah.
Some sort of spice. Allspice. You didn't even add individually the powders?
What I taste the most out of this is disappointment.
Brown sugar.
Disgusting. No, I know what you're saying when you say, like, because you said you know how the sausage is made. When I go to a restaurant and I see them charge me fucking like more than $2 for a side, I lose my shit. I'm like, you paid nothing for the cup, and then you paid literally nothing to make whatever the side is, but you're making so much money on it. You could charge me way less, but you're.
Oh, dude, have you ever looked at like buying like a 50-pound sack of rice from one of those restaurant stores?
It's fucking so cheap.
Yeah, dude, it was like $10.
Yeah, $10
for 50 pounds of rice.
Yeah,
which I don't know. You could probably. That's a lot of fucking food. Probably, I don't know. You could probably buy more in bulk.
Oh yeah. When I had my small business, man, chicken thighs, when you buy them bone-in or boneless, whatever you end up doing, it's at least $1 cheaper than it is in the store.
Yeah,
everywhere.
If I had one of those fucking supersized families, I would shop at those restaurant stores.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because Costco sells thighs, a 6-pack of thighs. 6-pack of 4-pack of thighs. So it's 24 thighs, $12. You can buy a 40-pound bucket box of thighs at Restaurant Depot. When I was there, maybe a couple years ago, 16. So it's probably gone to 20, but $16 for 40 pounds of chicken.
God damn.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
can you just pick up stuff in like your car?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you can. When you have, as long as you have a Colorado or a business license of some sort, and you have the card and you register it with them, yeah, you don't pay taxes as long as you have your stuff. But
can you like fake start a business? Like, oh yeah, here's my LLC.
You can get an LLC. To get the food permit license, you can just pay for a catering license. Okay. So that's another thing. That's like $300, and you can do catering.
So it's like a Costco membership that lasts a long time.
A little bit. The problem is the state now forces you, because they don't want you to be cooking out of your house, but that doesn't stop people whatsoever. Yeah. They want you to be cooking out of a commissary. So you have to have a commissary note that says you have an ongoing relationship with them.
What's a commissary?
A commissary is like a public use kitchen for private.
Can I just say I have a food truck?
So yeah, so you'd have a food. You could say you have a food truck, but you can't cook on the food truck. That's how they make it. Yeah. So you have to have a place that you're unleashing your gray water in, like a place where it's going to be approved. And commissaries have approved places where you can pour your grease water, your gray water. Is what they call like hand washing water or something you rinse. Yeah. But they literally don't want you to be cooking on your cart unless
you don't speak English and you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, basically, it's super unfair because they don't break I never got ticketed whatsoever or anything like that, but I was conscious of all the rules, and it does make it a little harder. Even though I had legitimate spaces, it was like I'm competing against the guy that's walking around with a cooler handing out burritos for a couple of bucks.
Yeah, I was eating those earlier today.
Yeah, did they make you sick or no?
Nah, but I've heard about that.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they can't. There's a peddler's license here. That's your thing. But when it comes to like the restaurant thing, exactly what you said. You know that they got this milk, and then they bought one big old pallet of whatever makes it turn into cheese, and then they just blended it. They have the ability, to do it, so they do it. It's not that special to you. Yeah. I see the same thing with unless it's Chinese food. Chinese food's one of those foods where it's like they kind of cornered the market on making it the shit, Yeah. Like wok fried food. Yeah. That's hard to do.
Well, it'd be like anything that like you do a trade in, Yeah. Like I don't know, like somebody wanted to charge. I had a friend and he was doing drywall. Somebody wanted to charge him like $1,500 to do drywall and not even include like the parts. And I had a friend who legit just got mad. It was just like, it might have been $2,000. Yeah. I had a buddy who was like, fuck that. I'd do it for $200, Really? Yeah. But like, I mean, he
almost undercut his buddy, or was kind
No, it was just, so I have a friend, he's redoing his basement or something like that, and he wanted to know price on drywall or something. Mm-hmm. So like he had like a professional carpenter friend
come in
who like hooked him up, and like did shit like real cheap, like $600 to like do framing and shit like that.
That's pretty fucking crazy. And if he's a professional guy, it's good.
Yeah. And like I walked in and I go, oh, this looks professional. He goes, yeah, he is. I was like, oh, okay. And then his wife has like a cousin or something like that who does drywall. He wanted to charge $2,000, and and not include materials or something like that. And then like
that's kind of some balls on that guy to ask for that much.
Yeah, like fucking some dude that he knew in high school and hasn't talked to since gave him a homie hookup, you know? That fucking family ain't gonna give you a homie hookup. Fuck you.
Well, he could have been at least like, hey, look, I know it sounds like a lot, but I'm gonna be wiring the sheetrock. I'll be putting this. You have like a 30-year warrant, you know, something else. But it's kind of like the assumption that
no,
my work is worth $2,000.
No. I think it was like installing it and fucking painting the mud. No, it was just painting the mud or something like that. Like putting the tape on, painting the mud. Mm-hmm. It was something like that. Because the guy who hooked him up was like, hey, man, I can't give you no hookups anymore. Or didn't say that. He had other jobs he had to do. Mm-hmm. So he couldn't
stick around.
Yeah, he had to make money, you know?
Oh, I see. And then so this guy kind of...
So he was like... No. Well, or something like that.
Kind of took him for... Kind of gouged him a little.
The family member gouged him.
Yeah.
The homie didn't.
No. Sometimes your family will do that.
Yeah. But like, you know, and then like he told his friend like, fuck that.
No.
Like got mad.
The one that did the homie hookup.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he knows. Then he knows that the guy he could have like he could go out of his way. So like if you're doing it for a friend, you're not going to like do it all in like 4 hours and be like, fuck, I don't want to. You're going to be doing it like 30 minutes a week for weeks.
And then after work and made him like, you know, help. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're like, dude, if you want this done right, this is why you need it done. That's why it's so cheap. Yeah, but dude, wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that's so weird that you would fuck over a family member like that. But same thing, you know, he knows how the sausage is made, and he knows he was getting fucked.
Yeah.
You know?
The electrician that came to my house, I had him come take a look at 3 outlets to change over. He gave me a paper and his card, and he's like, just let me know if you want this done. And I was like, okay. And he goes, and it was like $1,000 to change 3 outlets. I like told my wife and like scoffed.
Yeah.
And then I just started thinking about
I've watched you change outlets.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to change it myself. I'm going to fucking, I just couldn't believe he was charging that much. Can you imagine being an old lady and then you're just kind of like, that seems kind of expensive, you know, at all. And then
what choice do you have if you're an old person like that? You know, you can't get down on that. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It's
brutal.
They should. I don't think you should do like.
I think you should learn trades in school instead of like math. I mean, maybe a little bit of math, but instead of like science,
math with like a purpose, like with an application. You know?
Hey, knowing what like 30 degrees means, like okay, so if you're 30 degrees away, you know, from the building, you know, like how long is that beam gonna be? Like that would be kind of useful. Yeah, you know.
Or if it'd
be like twice.
There's like a homeless encampment near your house, and you're trying to like make a slingshot to fling Molotovs at them, and you're like,
yeah,
I'm just kidding. I had a shitty fantasy where I was gonna do piss bottles.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to fling it on this guy that was having a great time panhandling on a street corner.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that he shouldn't have a great time or anything. He just had like a tent, and it was slowly getting filled with coolers and sweaters. And then he had like 3 or 4 homies like passed out on the cement next to him. And then I'm like, I don't like where this is going. Luckily, I got cleaned up. But
oh, dude, yeah, fucking stormwater has to like ask people to leave so they don't drown. Like, so they like to live in stormwater channels.
Like the one up the street here. Is that what I'm talking about? Is that what I'm thinking of? It's like it's like a dip. Is it fenced off usually?
I mean, they kind of like don't really care.
Oh, really?
Because they're like, oh, okay, you know, just fucking, it's just water. Like, you don't think of, like, kids playing in storm drain channels, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, people like to live there.
Oh, yeah.
And then when it fills up with rain, they drown, you know?
Brutal death. And then you have that, like...
So you got to kick them out, you know? And that's such a pain in the ass.
Because they're just probably crying the whole time.
Well, I mean, normally the police do the hard work. And then you go, hey, can I throw this away? Or you want this?
What is it? It's like a dead frog or some shit. You're like, I don't know if this was yours, but
oh, dude, you get all this trash, you gotta throw it away, and it's just like
bag full of hand needles. Are you done with these?
Yeah, dude.
There's like a hand, a severed hand. You're like, you done with this?
Oh, dude, I had a CPR class, and they legit said, don't help somebody if they don't work for the city. because you don't want to get sued.
Dude, we're turning into China. They have that same kind of thing. Don't help somebody unless you want to pay for their funeral.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Oh, shit. That's a good way of looking at it. That's same thing. It's like, all right.
Yeah, if you don't want to take part in their funeral. In China, that's kind of why when they hit somebody, they have to like back over them. If you ever watch the videos of like people getting hit or dead or like killed or maimed or whatever, if they're permanently dead, you only pay like $6,000 to get them a coffin. If they live, you pay for their hospital bills.
Okay.
And if it's your fault, but for it to be your fault, you have to acknowledge it, kind of thing. So anybody who comes to help the person becomes instantly responsible for the person that's hurt. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
So it's like
China sucks, man.
I
Dude,
mean,
they pay so much money to live in these little ass boxes and shit like that.
God,
fucking dumb,
dude. I
then everything's polluted over there.
Yeah.
Fucking their lives are like 996. I work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and it's like for fucking what?
Yeah. And they make like less than $1,000 a month each person, and then they have no women. Like at least if you're poor, at least you're hoping the women are easy, or at least you can have like crazy sex parties.
Dude, I'd be fucking so many guys if I was Chinese. Like,
pounding dudes.
I'd be like, hold on, it's your turn to wear the wig.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on, dude. Yeah. Come on, don't look at me like that. Shave your beard next time, man.
Hey, come on, man. It's easier.
Come on, dude.
Close your eyes.
Well, at least they're Chinese and they have like there's not gonna be like fucking their chads everywhere.
Their breath smells like garlic. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh God. Well, hopefully you don't breathe into their face, because like
if I'm fucking a guy, dude, it's face down. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
My head's in the pillow and I'm biting something.
Yeah. And then when you're on the receiving end, it's just to help a bro out. You know?
Yeah,
it's 100% safe.
I ain't selfish. You know? My turn's done.
Well, you gotta give to get, you know. This guy, fucking dude. So what I heard, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it's like it goes like this. It happened in old Mormon, not old Mormon, but like old compounds where like they have a theology.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is
because that sounds like a cult.
It is. It's almost like a cult, but when they get like like the FLDS.
Yeah.
The fundamentals of Latter-day Saints Church is like is an extremist version of the LDS Church.
Yeah.
Where they didn't leave
polygamy.
But so when you introduce polygamy into a culture, and a lot of cultures have it, the same 40 guys are getting all the chicks from as soon as they're ready to go. Basically, they're all going to the same like 50 guys. So then dudes, the young men who are worthless, which is like in the eyes of somebody who's built a whole fucking city, you know, and like gets all the stuff and did all the things with their buddies in this like 2-3 generations with their family.
Yeah.
You know, the young guys almost get kicked out for any reason, are basically slaves. They can't, if they make money, they become a threat, so they can't like allow them to do anything.
Oh, okay. So their player hating is extreme.
Yeah.
Cock blocking to the extreme.
Extreme. And it gets so bad that the dudes, if you take someone else's chick or you do anything like that, like you get killed or kicked out. But what ends up happening is the dudes end up, what do they call it?
Fucking each other?
No. Well, yeah, but they also travel into pedophilia.
Oh.
That's what happened in Afghanistan.
Ugh.
And they have like a Vice documentary where the cop is just kind of like, the cop chief is like, if we don't have these little, so a reporter went to like a cop station in Afghanistan, and they shoot out a bunch of boys, like a little boy, a bunch of boys, and they shoot them out. And then they were like, dude, they were like, why did you have these boys in here? And this guy's like, if we don't have these boys, these cops are gonna want to go do their job.
Ugh.
And it was like the cops are not getting paid enough to be able to attract a female, because the same like 60 Taliban warlords are like going door to door snatching up chicks.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's like how it is 100%.
But if women had more agency,
yeah,
they'd probably throw some pussy at the cop, maybe,
Exactly. The whole one man, one woman thing isn't just like, it's like a suggestion, but it's like a very, 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 very strong suggestion.
Sometimes people say some dumb shit, oh, we weren't made to be monogamous. And I go, how the fuck you know?
Yeah.
Dumbass.
I had a buddy that was like that. He's like, it's the way our penises are shaped it's because the back of the dickhead pulls the semen.
God gave me a spear.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. You do whatever you want, but like it takes generally 90% of us only want to be naked with one person, and
bullshit. I want to be naked with half the population.
This guy, he's just a slut.
Yeah,
just kidding. Slut. No, I get what you're saying though too. It's kind of like that's male nature right there though. Yeah. Is being dominant is also submitting to like always, for example, if you were like a super Chad male, and not that we're absolutely Chads.
Listen, I'm not.
You're a Chad, dude.
Oh, thank you.
Big old Chad brain and Chad chin.
Thank you.
Big old thick shoulders guy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I think that when the chips are down, women also know that like what they're attracted to, but when you're constantly just fucking broken down, looks over I'd say thousands of generations became less important to women, and that was their tool, because they could just sleep with some like slob, like
hypergamy or whatever.
Hypergamy or whatever. Yeah. And at the same time, dudes are so stupid that our brains just kind of got finely tuned into liking tits and ass. Tits, ass. Yeah, dude. And this is the fine duality of human beings, The woman's power say no to stupid shit. No, I'm not gonna.
Before you came over, I was watching I went on this Reddit called was it female dating strategy or whatnot?
Oh shit, what's that?
Like how to attract a high value male.
Interesting.
It was kind of fascinating.
What was it?
It was just like how to. I guess women have a lot of times like hard time dating like solid dudes or something like that.
I imagine.
And so
bunch of boys.
Yeah, it broke down like all this low value men. It was like do you 4chan how they
Absolutely.
go like. It was like the opposite of that. It was like a female version of like 4chan.
So they were just kind of like, "Hey sis,
fucking
my pussy stinks again."
No. Hold on. It was not as bad as that.
No.
But it was like
again.
I shouldn't say that. It was like how to attract high value male.
Yeah.
It was like a dating advice for women, and it was just fascinating reading because I was like, oh, okay. That's how you attract a high value. These are green flags. These are red flags,
Yeah.
How to avoid controlling nature. And one of them was like avoid being pressured sexually or whatever, shit like that.
I mean, I get that, but it's kind of like also, I don't know. I think you could like, I don't know. Not saying that you don't hear no and you don't stop, nothing like that. But sometimes chicks like it when you take a little charge in the sense that like, he didn't make a move on me. Why wouldn't he have made a move on me? How many complaints do you? I've heard those complaints. He didn't make a move on me. I've been that guy where the girl's like begging me to make a move, and I'm just fucking face blind, and I can't see whatever it is. They're licking their lips, looking at my mouth, looking at my eyes, looking at my mouth, and I'm like, I wonder what's on TV. It's fucking stupid. So I'm not saying I'm saying that there are some things where I think it's relative, but I imagine that Reddit is probably super entertaining, especially if the girls are dating, they probably have a.
Dude, it was just interesting,
Keep going on it. I want to hear more.
Oh, dude, I just barely looked into it,
really?
And then I was like, oh, I gotta upload that fucking video.
I'll have to look at it because there was one. It was like
I think it's called female dating strategy or something like that. r/female dating strategy on Reddit.
Yeah,
it was kind of entertaining.
Did you see that one? I don't know if it was our dating strategies, but it was also on Reddit where the girl said that she ran her brother's Tinder account or social medias.
Yeah.
Dating media, and she says now she's depressed. Did you see that one?
Uh-uh.
The girl was like, she's like, I'm 24, my brother's 32, or no, my younger brother's 33, and I'm 30 something, and I took over his accounts because he's been struggling. He's 6 foot, mildly good looking, like 7 out of 10 or something like that.
7-inch penis
makes money. Yeah, 7-inch penis, huge dick. She and then she's being nice and stuff, but she said that on average she got almost no responses, and if she did get a response, she'd be ghosted right after. She said it was, and she probably tried every like push pull, every little like don't reply immediately, reply immediately, all that stuff, and it was nowhere near as good as like her experience from being a female. Yeah, it was nuts. And then she said she felt bad, and she was just thinking about how hard it would be to be like a below average man trying to date.
Oh, dude, I think the rate of like males who above the age of 18 but below 30 haven't had a sexual partner is like 28%.
That's the highest in like forever, right?
According to 4chan.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
It is. And it's sometimes self-inflicted. Plus, fucking dude, I could easily waste an hour on social media. No fucking problem. I did it today, and I feel a little guilty, but it's my day off, so I'm kind of going easy.
Dude, I'll spend fucking hours just fucking looking at dumb shit,
I saw something called cottagecore. I don't want to say it's like the sexiest thing ever, but it is.
Cottagecore?
Cottagecore. It's just like chicks picking lilies in like a sundress, and they're like completely naked under it, and they're just they like live in a homestead. Like, I don't know what's attractive about it, but it's just like, it's something about like the peaceful feminine energy, picking flowers and like,
oh, dude, this fantasy, you're chopping wood for your fucking cottage.
I'm taking a huge swig out of a foamy ass beer as I'm like chopping wood and
light my shaving cigar with the axe.
Yeah. My 6-pack, I put my cigarette out on my 6-pack on it. I'm just like, ugh. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. It was just cool. Like, you should check it out. They do have like this like kind of meadowy aesthetic that I really enjoy. I don't know. I wouldn't say sexy is probably the right word, but it's attractive in like a whimsical way. Like, it seems so peaceful to like die like that.
Yeah.
Die near a river in your cottage, in your bed you made.
Do you know? Have you ever heard of Age of Empires 2?
I love that game.
Okay, there's like 100 years as a peasant or something like that, or as a villager. Really? 100 years as a villager, and like it goes through all the emotions, and like it starts in the cabin, and then it ends with the guy dying in the cabin.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It was like, oh, okay. It was kind of
beautiful,
dude. It was way more beautiful than it should have been. Jesus.
Nothing feels like a good win on Call of Duty, dude. I can't wait to start showing off my wins. I gotta start recording.
Yeah, dude. Let's start streaming. Yeah. Dude, I want to watch YouTube videos and fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And fucking pause it every 6 seconds and just go like, oh, let me give you my commentary over this.
It sounds like a great plan. Man. You're funny. You're clever. Like you're thoughtful. Time. It sounds like a good idea because I feel like I just have trashy views on everything.
I just want to show you that Age of Empires video.
Get me to feel something. Have you ever seen that one where the boy has like a rough time because his parents like separate and he's like 16, but it was around the time he started like hanging out at high school, and right before that he was really into Animal Crossing. Yeah. And then his mom gets into Animal Crossing while he's like doing other stuff, and then like a few years later she like dies when he's like 19. Oh. And then like he goes back to the video game to like empty out the house, but he realizes like there's like a plugged in version in the attic, and he's like, what the hell is this? And he goes and like opens it, and in like the 6 years that he had ignored the game, she sent him all kinds of shit through the video game, through the mail system that they have in it. And it's like, here, just thinking of you. Here, I just wanted to send you some money. I know. Don't cry, dude. Don't cry. You're going to make me cry, guy.
Oh, Oh, and she never told him?
And she called him here and there, but since he was so involved with his like youth and stuff, it's just like, you know, every now and then that he accidentally ignored a call. Then she died suddenly. Well, she got sick and then she died suddenly, kind of thing, 6 months.
Yeah.
So like at the end, he's just kind of like, he just saw it was just like thousands of mails, like things from her sent to him like over the years. And then when she got extra sick, she basically, that's all she did, kind of thing. But he didn't know that she was doing that, not secretly, but like she was trying to bond with him because of the bad divorce or whatever right before that.
Yeah.
And like he just kind of blocked himself off from the world. So it's like a little sad tale, but it's also kind of like you don't know what you have till it's gone, man.
Oh.
Little humble tale for our listeners.
Ooh.
Also, in the comment box, what was it? We were gonna have
dicks.
Yeah, write dicks on our comments. Dude, just write dicks and
balls.
If I see it spelled the same way twice, I'll be pissed, dude.
Yeah, there's 42 different dick generations, you know? Yeah.
We've been rooting.
We've been tooting.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.